Today's video, we will be debunking the idea of permissible purpose and that it is illegal for credit bureaus or credit agencies to report your business on the credit reports. Okay, guys, so I get text messages, emails, and things like that often with people saying, "Oh my God, I had no idea that all this time the credit bureaus were not even supposed to be reporting anything on me because they don't have my written consent." And people get their hopes up really thinking that this is exactly how the law goes, and it's not quite how it goes. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a video and just really kind of break down the Fair Credit Reporting Act 15 USC SS 1681B to you, which is permissible purpose for reporting. Okay, so, and I'm going to actually put it up on my website. It will be in a link for you to be able to directly go and just download it so you can kind of check it out and read it for yourself. You know, I know that there are probably people like on the internet or I don't know, Google search or wherever you may be getting the information from. And it may be just like a slight misinterpretation, I'm thinking here, but I don't want you to waste your time thinking that the credit bureaus are doing something illegal by even reporting your Capital One account in the first place, because it's not necessarily true. And I'll break it down for you. Permissible purpose for reporting is FCRA 15 USC SS 1681B, permissible purpose. So, credit bureaus are allowed to collect, maintain, and share your credit information without your explicit permission as long as the request falls under permissible purpose. And so, here's a list of what that permissible purpose can be. So, for credit transactions or reviews, meaning that if you're applying for credit, you know, on your end of the application, you're going to always sign something giving the creditor permission to pull your credit report or do a review of your credit report. Even if you are doing a pre-approval, there is a part where you have to permit that. So that's what we're talking about here. Also for employment purposes with your written consent only, and you will sign that, you know, during the application process or whatever the process is. Insurance underwriting, and if you remember, you also have to sign something there. Collection of debts. Okay, so for collection of debts to be reported on your credit report, now this happens long before you're even thinking about any debt going to collections. This happens when you first get your account, whether if you're getting a loan, a personal loan, mortgage, credit card, whatever it is. This happens in the beginning stages of that process, during the application process, and any contracts that you sign once you're approved. So you're going to see two things. It's going to be assignment clause or transfer of rights clause, meaning like if that company wants to ever sell the account to another company, then you're signing away your right, you're agreeing that they can do that. You understand? So that includes if you default on your loan, they can sell it over to a collection agency or hire a collection agency to collect the debt for them. Also, you're going to see your default or delinquency terms in your consent form or your contract. And of course, that's going to be directly geared toward if you default on your loan or whatever. They could refer it to a collection agency. The creditor has the right to engage third party to recover debt. So these are all the things you're going to see in the beginning. So to everyone who thinks that, oh, it's illegal for a collection agency to report on me, it's not necessarily. It's not. The only way that it's illegal is if they're attempting to collect a debt from you and they don't have the license or permits to collect in the state that you're actually in, things like that. So that kind of gets into something different. But we're talking about permissible purpose here. And so next we have pursuant to a court order or subpoena. So of course, you know, the government is going to have access to your stuff. So, and then we have determining eligibility. And then we have determining eligibility for a government license or benefits. So that's stuff you're going to sign too, you know, when you're going through that process. Written consent is required for certain uses. For employment purposes, employers must maintain your written permission before accessing your credit file. And of course, you have the consumer right to opt out. While you cannot generally opt out of credit monitoring altogether, you have rights to dispute inaccuracies and restrict how some of your data, like pre-screened offers, are shared. So you do have rights there, but it's very limited rights. as you can see. You can opt out of being in that pool where your credit information is basically accessible to all the creditors, so they can kind of go like over your credit softly to see if they want to start sending you letters and offers for pre-approvals and things like that, or do not call list, things like that. And so these are things that the Fair Credit Reporting Act does not say. Now, the FCRA does not prohibit credit bureaus from collecting and maintaining your credit information without your permission. Okay, and also where and this is just a little sidebar. Now, if you're disputing and if you think that if you freeze Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian, then they're not going to be able to go back and verify, an account that you're trying to get off your credit report. That's not so. If an account is actually open and reporting on your credit report, that creditor will always have access to that account until or unless that account is no longer reporting on your credit report. That's just how it is. And so the Fair Credit Reporting Act does not require credit bureaus to seek your explicit consent before including your credit data in their system, except for specific scenarios like employment background checks and things that I just named. Now, I'm going to name a few more things for you. Just so you know, and like I said, I'm actually going to put what I have here before me in a download, and I'm also going to put the link to the Fair Credit Reporting Act so that if you need to go look at it again, you go look at it with new eyes, with a little bit more clarity, and so that you're not just simply disputing or saying, oh, I'm going to sue the credit bureaus for permissible purpose. And if you have an issue that falls under permissible purpose, that they actually broke the Fair Credit Reporting Act law, then of course you can sue them. But if it's just something regular, like I don't want them reporting that Capital One account, you're just going to waste your time. So they have to have like tenant screening. To do tenant screening, they have to have your permission in writing, employment background checks. So yeah, this is just a list that I made because while I was doing my homework, I said let me make a video and talk about this real quick. So if this video has helped you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what you can do to help me out here to get the channel going out to more people. So until the next video, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.